Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 24 of the Player to Player podcast. I'm Kirk.
I'm Luke.
And today we have a whole bunch of news for you. Both of the things I predicted came true in the timing that I thought they would.
Yes.
We got the Nintendo Direct this morning.
Yep.
Or yesterday?
Yesterday morning.
Yeah. And then
As
we got
of filming it was this morning.
right. We haven't seen the state of play yet as of
that's
filming
this
because it's
evening.
this evening.
Yesterday evening.
Right. But
Yep.
yeah, both of those things happened. We're going to talk about D23, which was last week.
Yes.
We're going to talk about the Nintendo Direct. And we won't talk about the state of play because it hasn't happened for us yet.
It has
But we'll probably do some mentioning of that next week.
definitely.
And we have some other news for you. Assassin's Creed had a big whole event we'll go over. And then some other things as well.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
how you doing, Luke?
I'm so annoyed.
You're annoyed?
Like,
Why?
D23 sucked. The Nintendo Direct
Yeah, it wasn't great.
sucked. Like
It wasn't great.
I was so excited for both of those,
Same.
and they were both
Same.
just big flops.
I was so pumped this morning because it felt like it's been so long since we've had our proper direct.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I woke up
Um,
at 7 a.m. this morning. Like I set
I
my
woke up
alarm
at
for
6:30.
6:55. Like alarm goes
Yeah.
off. Like, quickly get up. Like wake up a little bit.
Yeah.
Like turn the direct on, and I'm like so excited for it. And
Yeah.
it just like disappointed me on
Mhm.
every level.
I am glad though. It feels like things are getting back to normal now that summertime is over. Like we've got a lot of news to cover today. And like the
Yeah.
past 3 months, it's just been so
Yeah.
slow. So even if it is not great news, I'm glad that we're
Right.
getting something.
Yeah, definitely.
And there was a lot of good news. There's just some things we missed
Right.
and some things. I wish I should have written down the predictions we made last week so we could go over those. But
Oh, right.
I think
Right.
as we go through it, I'll remember some
right.
of the things
right.
that I.
Yeah, definitely.
Quick
Quick news. What do you have?
Yeah,
What do you got
so
for us?
so we're gonna go over the PlayStation Plus games. We did all the other ones last week, the free
Mhm.
games for Amazon and Xbox and Epic Game Store.
Yep.
This week we've got Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. This is if you have PlayStation Plus. I believe any tier gets access
I
to
think
these.
so.
So you get 2 PS4 games, 1 PS5 game. Grand Blue Fantasy Versus is a 2.5D fighting game from Arc System Works. Don't know a lot about that.
Man, I'm buying a PS5 for that.
Need for Speed Heat is an award-winning racing game and the latest
Yeah, that's
installment in EA's long-running Need for Speed franchise. And then Toem is an indie photography game that earned mostly positive reviews at the time of its original release, with praise for its music, art style, and unique premise.
Okay.
Toem looks cute. That's a fun little game. So, honestly, this is a pretty mid to low tier.
It's better than everything
free
Xbox
game.
done for the last.
Not
2
last
years.
week. Portal
That's true.
2.
That's true. Yeah.
Portal 2 carries them for 6 months,
Before
in my
that.
opinion.
Like.
Yeah, no, totally. I don't know if it's better. I would say it's on par with most of the things Xbox has been doing. That's not great.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, those are the free games for PlayStation Plus for the month of September. So you'll have until probably October 3rd, 5th,
Yeah.
somewhere in
To
there
redeem them.
to redeem those. And then from Game Informer, they gave us a breakdown of the Assassin's Creed event. So I'll go through and read some of those things. The first announcement we got was Assassin's Creed Mirage.
This is the new mainline.
This is
game,
the new
right?
mainline game that comes out next year.
Okay.
So Valhalla was the last one, and it's
Did
been a little
Valhalla
bit
come
since
out
that
this
came
year?
out. It came out last year.
Okay.
And for Assassin's Creed, it's a yearly release, so
this
they
is the
took
first
a
time they've
break.
done a jump.
And Mirage will be coming out probably next summer.
Okay.
Let me just read this little excerpt. But Basim Ibn Ishaq, the master assassin from Assassin's Creed Valhalla, is taking the lead role this time, but he'll be much younger. This game follows his journey from a thief on the luscious and diverse streets of the Golden Age Baghdad in 861
Oh.
to an apprentice of the Hidden Ones to a master assassin. It also represents a return to the Assassin's Creed to the series' roots, with heavy inspiration from the first Assassin's Creed game that started it all. So watching the cinematic trailer, which is all we have right now,
Yeah.
there is a lot of imagery and references to the first Assassin's Creed game, and that got me so pumped
Cool.
because there's been so much departure from that since probably Assassin's Creed 3 is when it started to get really different. Black Flag being like pirates, and then getting into Egypt. They just really, and then especially with Valhalla, Vikings is like not even kind of the same. So this showed like I forget the name of the fortress that they have, but it showed that, and it showed him cutting off his third finger for like the hidden blade. Lots of white and red, lots of the, leap of faith, all of that stuff. So I'm excited. This looks like a return to form in terms of like thematically. Obviously, we don't know what the gameplay will be like, but it looked like they're adding back in social stealth, where you can hide in crowds and things like that. And so it feels a lot like the original few, 3-ish games. So I'm hoping that that's the case because I love that first game especially. And Brotherhood is my favorite.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm excited for that. They also announced they pulled a Marvel. And they announced the next 3 projects, which in terms of video games is a long time.
Yeah, definitely.
So we'll get what is it called? Mirage? Yeah, Mirage will be next year. And Red will probably be the year after, but maybe even 2 years after.
So this is just codenamed Red, right?
Yeah,
this
codenamed Red.
Official release.
It's set in feudal Japan, which is something Assassin's Creed fans have been asking for probably 10 years.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It'll be the next mainline flagship after Mirage.
Okay.
And it seems to be
2024?
4 or 5.
4 or 5. Okay.
Probably 4. Seems to point towards this being the next Assassin's Creed game after Mirage. Yeah, I just said that. So yeah, it's Japan. It's all red. Shows like a city. They did a little teaser for it.
Cool.
He hops up with a samurai sword and then pops his hidden blade, which I'm pumped for.
Yeah.
The thing with this is I'm wondering, Ghost of Tsushima is one of the best games I've played in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
And it made Assassin's Creed, what they're doing now, seem boring to me.
Right.
Like, I loved Ghost of Tsushima. So if this takes inspiration from that, it won't be as good. They're going to have to like really step it up.
Yeah, but I mean, this is also 2 years away, so like it's...
Yeah, for sure, but like gameplay is...
Well, right, but it'll still be like, it'll be a little like more distant from...
Yeah, but the second Ghost of Tsushima might be out by then.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I'm just saying they have big shoes to fill now that they waited probably too long in my opinion to do this, but that's cool. What's even more interesting, maybe not as cool, is the next one, which is codenamed Hex, and this is set during the witch trials in Central Europe during the 16th century. It's a pivotal time in history. A sort of mass hysteria gripped the continent as 80,000 people were executed.
What?
All for the crime of being in league with the devil. Hearsay, fear, and spectral evidence were driving forces behind the devastating 16th century witch trials, and it could make for a truly fascinating setting for an Assassin's Creed game.
80,000 people? I didn't know about that.
So, yeah, they've alluded to this being the darkest of the Assassin's Creed game, and they've said it will be very different.
Wow.
Even just the imagery that they show it's like all these little sticks woven together in the assassin symbol, and it's kind of hanging from the trees. It's pretty spooky.
Cool.
So this one might even have magic in it, which would be neat.
Yeah.
You might be on like maybe they're hunting the assassins, like accusing them of being, So this could be really interesting, and I'm stoked for like these next couple of themes because the last like 3 ones they announced, like Egypt and Rome and the Netherlands, like I was just kind of meh on all of those because we've done Rome before. Egypt and Assassins like don't really seem to fit for me, and then Vikings is like totally different.
Right.
So these 2 I'm very excited
Definitely.
about. So this is the first time I've been excited about Assassin's Creed in probably 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
So it's cool for me. They also announced Assassin's Creed Infinity, which is more of a platform. It's not a game. So what it sounds like to me is like a Master Chief collection sort of thing, where they have the 3 games in there, but this will be all the Assassin's Creed games.
Oh, okay.
And so you have Infinity, and then you'll through that be able to access all of the Assassin's Creed games. But I'm guessing it will be a subscription rather than like a one-time purchase, because they have also announced that these next 3 games are going to be $70 games. So I don't imagine Infinity will be something that you buy, but more like a service you subscribe to. And then you'll launch Infinity, and through that you'll be able to play the old games. They've also teased that there will be multiplayer back to the series in the form of standalone multiplayer experiences. So they'll be adding some like probably events and things that you can access through Infinity. I am not interested in this at all. I always just buy games that I want to play. I don't feel like subscribing to this to get all the old Assassin's Creed games that I already have and have played anyways,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
If you've never played Assassin's Creed, this could be of value to you.
Possibly.
But even then, like on Steam, I feel like you can pick up the old games for
Yeah,
$20
and they
for
probably
like
go on
all
sale
5 of
all
them
the time
so,
too. You know, so like,
yeah. But that's just an interesting thing they mentioned. Next is Assassin's Creed codenamed Jade, and this will be their first open world mobile Assassin's Creed game, featuring all the iconic Assassin's Creed gameplay, but optimized for experience with touch controls. It's going to be set in ancient China, and the part they showed is kind of cool. It looks like you're climbing up on the Great Wall, and you can do a eagle dive off of that, which is pretty neat. And they'll be able to you'll be able to create and customize your own assassin for the first time in the franchise. And you'll be able to sneak through bustling cities, engage in intense combat, discover the secrets and vastness of ancient China, climb the Great Wall. And it's coming soon to mobile devices. So that's kind of neat. And as far as mobile releases, this is very ambitious, I feel. It's not a Candy Crush Assassin's Creed collab.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's still an Assassin's Creed game.
Right.
It's just for mobile. So maybe with like a backbone
like what they
controller
did
or
with
something that could be
Diablo.
fun. Yeah. Well, kind of, yeah.
Yeah, like it's not. I mean, it's a Diablo game for
Right.
mobile,
it's a full
like,
release.
right,
Yeah.
Exactly.
So hopefully it won't be monetized the way that Diablo is.
I mean, it probably will be.
Probably not. That one's pretty predatory. I'm thinking this one will have more. Well, Ubisoft is not my favorite company.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I'm thinking they'll do events and season passes and things like that,
Right.
and customization.
Yeah.
But I don't see how they could restrict the main gameplay in an Assassin's
Diablo's
Creed
not
game.
restricted like that.
No, it is.
Is it really?
Especially because the items that you get are so integral to the gameplay and doing well and things like that. So, but yeah, that's codename Jade. And then they announced Assassin's Creed Valhalla, the last chapter. So that's another story chapter coming to Valhalla. And that'll close out the support for that game.
Okay.
And then they announced a 15th anniversary documentary that they'll be doing, talking about the making and the history of the series. Kind of neat. They're also doing a Netflix series that is described as epic, genre-bending, and a live-action adaptation
For Assassin's Creed.
for Assassin's Creed. It'll be a live-action Assassin's Creed series.
Is it its own story or is
Yeah.
it?
It'll be based on the video games, but I imagine it will be its own story. Yeah.
All right.
Unless they do Desmond, which would be really cool. He's
It
my
would
favorite.
either be really
so
cool or really lame. Like.
That's true. And I think they did Desmond for the movie. I didn't watch it, but that movie.
No, I heard terrible
sucked.
things.
No, I
about
don't think it was
so.
Desmond. Anyways, Ubisoft will also be developing 3 mobile games for Netflix. They announced one of which will be an Assassin's
So
Creed
it seems
game.
like Netflix is doing mobile games. Seems like that's kind of what.
Yeah, that's
like
what
their-
Netflix's whole thing is.
Yeah.
Because the idea is that you subscribe to Netflix Gaming, and then you
Uh-huh.
have all those games on your phone that you can download and play. And so one will be an Assassin's Creed game, and then they've got a bunch of so it's
I feel like there's
not really
some
into Netflix
missing
gaming right now.
potential there for like
Agreed. Agreed.
a
It should be more like a
cloud-based-
Stadia thing. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
So
But mobile games make a lot of money, so
they sure do. Okay, next we got some updates to the PlayStation 5 system, and the PlayStation blog has them lined out, so I'll just read those here. 1440p HDMI video output on TVs and monitors that support it. Why the heck wasn't that available from the start? You can do 1080p, 4K, 8K, but you can't do 1440p. That's so annoying. So that's dumb. They added that finally. They added folders, or as Sony calls them, game lists. So, I mean, it's what it sounds like. It's a folder you can put your games in. They added search YouTube using voice commands. They added launch remote play directly through the PlayStation app, which, duh. Like, why wasn't that there? Because to do remote play before, you had to be at your PlayStation, launch that on your PlayStation, and then launch it on your app. So you could. But if I'm in the car or at the airport or, somewhere where I want to do remote play, I have to tell somebody at home hey, can you fire up the PS5? So that's good. And then they have an option to send share requests to friends. And then they added notifications to join friends' games more easily from the party chat. So those will pop up now instead of having to search through them. So just upgrading their features, which is
all stuff
always welcome.
Xbox has had.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a brand new system with a brand new UI, so they kind of have to.
All stuff Xbox has.
Well, Xbox doesn't have a new UI. They
Well, that's
carried
true.
it over from
That's
Xbox
true.
One. So, lastly, let's see. Yeah, lastly of the news, Microsoft revealed Xbox's Elite Series 2 Core Edition controller. So this is the Elite Series 2 controller, which is like the premium one. But this is a bit. It doesn't have as many features and it's not as nice, but it's still a pro controller that's a lot nicer than a normal Xbox $50 controller. So it's been designed to meet the core needs of today's competitive gamers. About $50 cheaper than the standard Black Series 2 controller.
That's nice.
And the new core controller will run you $130. The core controller comes with fewer customizable features. Does not include a charging dock, the 4 back paddles, the additional thumbsticks, and D-pad, or the carrying case. However, you can add these accessories to the core controller by purchasing the complete component pack separately for $60, which makes it more
expensive.
Yeah.
So
that doesn't make sense to me. But if you can just buy the controller for $50
yeah.
less. So that's something. And they can be used on both the control. I'm having a hard time. The accessories can be used on both the core controller and as replacement parts for your current Elite Series 2 controller, which is probably why it's $60. It's like you can buy it for either, and it's kind of a separate thing in their mind. But yeah, that's
the news.
That's the news.
All right. Well, get ready, everyone. Disappointment is coming.
Disappointment 23.
Disappointment 23.
Nintendo disappointment.
Correct. That's what both of those are now titled to me. So, D23, did you watch the expo?
No.
Okay, so some of this might be new.
Okay.
Man, this is such a disappointment. So
when we talked about D23, we were like, oh, maybe Spider-Man, maybe Doctor Strange, maybe Black Panther.
I didn't think Spider-Man, but I thought maybe.
Well, but maybe,
yes, but maybe
we had big expectations.
Definitely. I mean, Star Wars games, like
Star Wars, Guardians of the Galaxy.
One of the reasons D23 was so bad is it was laid out terribly.
Was it?
Some of the best announcements were in a 30-second montage of what Disney,
that's a bummer.
LucasArts,
that's a bummer.
Marvel are doing.
Yeah.
So like that was super. Like I missed that because I like looked away for a moment. I was watching it at the show I was at. So I was like I looked away and was talking to someone for a moment, and I just missed like all of that. And the fact that you can miss it that quick was just.
Yeah, that's
so dumb. And so I mean we'll just kind of get into what was announced here. So Marvel Strike Force, the squad-based mobile RPG, is set to add Red Hulk on September 13th. So that was one of the announcements.
Oh, Red Hulk. Okay.
Yeah, you've seen the Strike Force.
Yeah.
You know what Strike Force is, right? So that was just a little announcement. Marvel Snap is an upcoming free-to-play collectible card game set in Marvel Universe. Will officially launch globally on mobile and PC on October 18th. Looks like you can pre-register for Marvel Snap right now, and it promises 150 Marvel heroes and villains and a shorter average match time than other games in the genre to get players right into the action. So
I think I'm falling asleep.
Mobile card game.
Boo.
Marvel World of Heroes. Pokemon Go developer Niantic has revealed it has partnered with Marvel Entertainment to develop Marvel World of Heroes, an AR game that will let fans create their very own superhero and team up with their favorite Marvel characters in the real world. Those interested can pre-register now at marvelworldofheroes.com ahead of its
we haven't seen
global
any gameplay
launch.
Or anything.
Not really on mobile devices.
That doesn't sound interesting to me, but I've been impressed with Niantic in the past, so I'm willing to check
I
it
might
out.
See it and be like, that's neat. But I'm not gonna play this over Pokemon Go.
Yeah,
I'm gonna play one Niantic game,
probably not,
and I'm gonna play Pokemon.
Right.
Like, I'm gonna play it because I play it on and off. Like, I can't play every Niantic game on and off.
Right.
Like, I'll play for 6 months every 4 years.
I was stoked about the
Pikmin
Pikmin one, but it just requires way more time than I would like for a walking app.
Right.
Because that's essentially what it is. It's like a step counter, and so if they made it more focused on the step counter aspect and gamified it a little bit,
give me like a really cool widget to where I don't even have to open the game.
Yeah,
I can,
totally.
Like,
just a little Pikmin walking on your
screen, or,
totally.
Something like that would be really cool.
But it's more focused on like feeding your Pikmin, sending them
Right.
out, you know. So I don't want to spend time on that app if it's just for walking.
Right.
But if it had a little watch extension or something,
that'd be cool.
a little Pikmin like
Yep.
home screen or something like that,
Yep.
you know.
Absolutely. Definitely cooler. That's stuff that I would like even out of Pokemon Go. You know, like,
Yeah.
I would love a cool Pokemon Go watch app, which they
Honestly,
don't have
yeah.
because they made
Oh,
their
yeah.
Pokemon Go watch thing.
Well, the Pokemon Go watch sucks, so I think they should add a watch app.
Yeah,
or at least support
I agree
for
with
it.
you, but they're still
Even if you could
selling-
just, you know, you could totally watches are big enough for you
Yeah,
to throw Pokeballs,
absolutely.
you know.
But they're still selling their watch, so I don't think they want to do that,
Yeah.
which is unfortunate.
Yeah, that is.
Moving on from Marvel, we have a new Avatar game. Disney D23, Avatar Reckoning. So this opens up and they're like, this is a new MMO RPG
Wait, that's all the
shooter.
Marvel stuff?
No. Sorry, I meant moving on throughout D23 we get Avatar Reckoning.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So they start the announcements and they're like, Avatar Reckoning is a new MMO RPG shooter for mobile.
It just goes like
While many
MMO,
yeah.
shooter, mobile, you know.
While many Avatar
Gosh,
fans
that's
may be
annoying.
waiting for Ubisoft's Avatar Frontiers of Pandora,
That actually looks dope.
they should also be aware that there is a mobile MMO RPG shooter called
don't
Avatar
care.
Reckoning. That will be arriving in the near future. This mobile title will let you customize your own avatar and explore Pandora
Don't
across multiple game modes.
Don't care.
It is
That's the second time in a mobile game they've mentioned this is going to be the first time they're going to let you customize your character, and that's because of microtransactions.
Yep.
So annoying.
also just quick. This is all these little excerpts that I'm reading are from IGN, so appreciate that. Next we have more mobile stuff. Disney Mirrorverse is a free-to-play action RPG game that is set in a divergent Disney universe that has united the most iconic heroes and villains against a dark force. The mobile title is set to get its very own Halloween season and will introduce new guardians like Hades and more.
Okay.
So I purposefully laid these announcements
You know
out
this is
in
an
case-
audio podcast, right?
Yeah.
Sounds like that aren't very pleasant for your ears.
Disagree.
Just saying. Oh,
Uh,
Luke listens to fart noises.
no.
Continue.
So I purposefully laid this out this way to kind of get all of the like terrible announcements that we don't care about
good.
out first. This was all littered through D23. So we would like get a game announcement, then we'd get a mobile announcement, then we'd get a game announcement, then we'd get a mobile announcement. Right, but it just made the entire like every time something came up, it was like, it's mobile. Like I just would, I would rather them do like this is our mobile.
Yeah,
like
sure.
this is what's coming to mobile, so we can like.
Well,
get
they're
that
new
out of
to the
way.
whole video games thing.
Yeah, but
so.
I mean, not even other game developers do that. Like I would really like to see a separation between mobile announcements and video game announcements.
Well, Nintendo does that. Nintendo mobile games aren't even part of their directs or anything.
Like, well, Pikmin was today.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know. I would like more like structure instead of the announcements. Like they just kind of feel all over the place,
Sure.
especially with this one. But that's all for the mobile stuff, at least I believe. Midnight Suns got its release date at D23 of December 2nd, 2022.
Yeah,
for new gen consoles
that's
and PC.
much sooner than I thought. Because it got delayed indefinitely. I was like, oh, it's coming out next year. But that's pretty
Switch
quick.
version still has no release date.
Oh, okay.
But we got some.
that happens.
We got some more like story. We got like a story trailer for it. Yeah, I know.
I'm pissed. The one thing that is cool is they're doing a prequel series on Disney Plus.
Yes,
that's pretty neat.
It'll just be on YouTube actually.
They're also putting it on Disney Plus.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a Disney Plus miniseries or
I
prequel
see.
or whatever.
But it's what is like that might be worth watching in general.
Maybe.
Because the story might still be cool.
Yeah,
Midnight
maybe.
Suns, you know.
Yeah.
D23 opened with Tron Identity. Bithell Games has revealed Tron Identity, a new visual novel adventure that follows Query, a detective program tasked with solving the mystery of an unprecedented crime. While not much more was revealed, we do know it will be released on PC and consoles in 2023.
So this is cool, one, because I'm a fan of Bithell games, and this is the largest IP they've ever had. They did John Wick before, and then they did Subsurface Circular and Quarantine Circular, and their first game was Thomas Was Alone. Big fan of Mike Bithell in his studio, so it's cool to see them get a get like this.
Yeah.
And, hopefully their studio's growing.
Absolutely.
I watch Play, Watch, Listen. It's another video game podcast where they do everything except for talk about video games. It's from a video game actor, video game writer, video game composer, and a video game studio owner, Mike. And so it's just cool because, like, feeling like I obviously I don't know him, but like following his career a bit, it's just cool to see. So I was stoked to hear about that.
Yeah, that's super cool. We did get a very brief look at Avatar Frontiers of
gameplay?
Pandora.
Cool.
Did provide fans with a quick gameplay.
Nice. I'll have to look at
overview
that
of
after this because I didn't see that.
Return to Monkey Island.
Yes.
We got the release date. Oh no, we knew about this. September 19th. Talk Like a which is Talk Like a Pirate Day. So
Nice.
Good release date.
That's cool.
And the Disney and Marvel Games Showcase shared with fans a brand new look at the much anticipated title.
I'm super pumped for this.
We got a new Aliens IP. This is Aliens Dark Descent. It was officially announced at the Summer Game Fest Showcase. Oh, but this is our first look at it.
Right.
It's a top-down shooter that we'll see a team of space marines taking on hordes of xenomorphs. The Disney and Marvel Showcase revealed the first look at gameplay and showed a little bit more about how the game will be played when it arrives on PC and console in 23.
Cool.
Don't care.
Yeah, it's like a Dead Ops kind of shooter.
Yeah, exactly. And like that's what I mean. Like this entire all of D23 was like 20 minutes.
Yeah, but
they initially
this
said
is like
that
a
it was
full
supposed to
game.
be a 40-minute showcase, and then this was a 20-minute thing. Most of the time was dedicated to mobile games, and then like
that's a bummer.
This game might be good. People might like it. The game's not for me, so it was still a disappointment.
Yeah, totally.
Disney Illusion Island, this is actually one of the biggest announcements, is a new 2D platformer starring Mickey, Minnie,
this
Donald,
is cool.
and Goofy.
I saw this.
That is set to arrive exclusively on Nintendo Switch in 2023.
This is sweet.
The art style looks similar to the recent Mickey Mouse shorts, and the story will see Mickey and friends embarking on a quest to explore the mysterious islands of Monoth and recover 3 mystical books to save the world from disaster.
Cool.
So
yeah, I'm stoked for that.
Neat.
That looks fun.
This announcement got a whole 10 seconds and a title card.
This is so hype.
Gargoyles Remastered.
That's so cool.
Classic 90s platformer Gargoyles, which loosely follows the plot of the Disney animated series of the same name.
Great show,
will be
by the way.
making a return on modern consoles and PC with updated visuals and controls. Gargoyles was first released on Sega Genesis in 95 and was one of the earlier projects of composer Michael Giacchino.
One of my favorites.
So
we're Giacchino heads over here at Player to Player.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the best.
I'm very much looking forward to what's it called?
Werewolf by Night or something?
Yeah, that was announced.
That looks super cool. That looks super cool.
We finally got that, and it's a mini series,
it's a Marvel series,
right? But it's a mini series, right?
Yeah.
Like it's
a Marvel mini series Halloween special. It's black and white. It's old school horror,
right?
It looks fantastic.
Yeah, I'm excited. I didn't watch the trailer. I'm excited.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I don't want to see it. I'm excited. Very.
It looks neat. It's neat. It doesn't feel Marvel-y to me at all. Like I'm actually struggling to find the connection.
Okay. Well, cool.
Yeah.
What even bums me out more about the game showcase is that everything else at D23 was awesome. We got a Mandalorian trailer. We got more Andor.
That stuff was cool.
We got a bunch of cool stuff, and it's
got an Ahsoka trailer.
Oh, we did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I tried so hard to. Did you watch the Tales of the Jedi trailer?
Yes, the Tales of the Jedi looks great.
Amazing.
Yeah, I'm stoked about that.
I am so excited for it.
Yeah,
and I hope we get
all October.
Yeah, we get it soon, right?
Yeah, really soon, and they're just dropping the whole series.
Right. I want 10 seasons of this.
Same.
This looks amazing.
Yeah, I'm super pumped.
Jedi Dooku.
We get young
Qui-Gon.
Dooku. We get young Qui-Gon. We get young Yoda
and
with
Mace.
hair.
Yep.
Did you see that?
Yep.
young Ahsoka, young Anakin.
Yeah.
I'm pumped about all of this.
I'm so excited. I was watching the trailer,
I'm
but
hoping
trying
there's
not
more
to
that
pay
they didn't
attention
show
to.
us.
Oh,
It feels like
has to
there must be, because that's
Yeah.
probably 2 or 3 episodes they teased.
Well, so it's
out of
6
6
episodes. So
right.
I think maybe everyone gets 2. So like Anakin and Ahsoka get 2. I
I
guess
think
in
they're
that
all
case
just
that
one.
would have been
I
everything.
think they're all just one.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, if they're 1, then we saw
There's
like
probably
4 episodes.
probably Qui-Gon's episode, probably Yoda's episode, and probably Ahsoka's episode that we saw, and then there will probably be 3 more.
Well, Dooku
'Cause
seems to have his
wasn't
own
it
arc also.
Luminara Unduli that was talking during the?
I'm not sure.
So yeah, cool. Stoked for that.
Yeah, very excited. But back to the games showcase. Disney Dreamlight
So this is
Valley,
out already.
Correct. It's getting new content.
Okay.
So it will soon add a Toy Story realm that will
Cool.
bring with it Woody, Buzz Lightyear, new quests, and more.
Cool.
And your character actually shrinks down to the size of
That's
Buzz
cool.
and Woody
That's
to
cool.
to go through Toy Story.
This game looks kind of fun.
It does, but it also looks so
Cheap.
Disney. I don't know. Like I mean, like
That's not a bad
like
word.
no, I know it's not a bad word, but it's like it looks so like child Disney to me. Like
Yeah.
it looks very. I don't
It
know,
feels
like-
kiddie and it feels a little cheap.
Yeah, it does feel cheap. Absolutely. Like when I saw Animal Crossing for the first time, I was like, this looks like a child's game. You know, like that was my response to seeing it for the first time. But it didn't look quite as cheap. It looked a little more polished. And then after like watching you play it for a little bit, I was like, okay, I might actually enjoy this game. 600 hours later, I love the game. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
But Dreamlight Valley, like everyone calls it an Animal Crossing clone, so I'm like, well, maybe I should give it a shot.
Yeah, maybe.
But it's
I don't
on,
know.
it is on Game Pass.
I think it
so-
would be fun. The animations, though, is what kind of...
right.
The
exactly.
animations in Animal Crossing are so smooth, and it's
Yes, they
just
are.
so fun and
It's so
cute,
it's
you know?
very polished.
And this, it feels a little... I think it feels a little Barbie-esque, if that makes any sense.
Yes,
If you remember, like, the
absolutely.
old school Barbie, like,
I played those a
games,
lot.
and... Yeah.
No, I didn't. But
Oh, okay.
did
well,
you play the Barbie games?
No, for sure. Over at Amanda's house, she had, like, a little...
Really?
She had a Barbie computer, and, like, there were games. I didn't play them a lot, but, like,
Oh,
whenever we were
wow.
over there, I'd
Yeah.
try them. Watch Swan Princess. It feels like that kind
Oh
of
my
early
gosh. Yeah,
2000s
definitely,
Barbie
definitely.
style, which is I don't love. So
Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga will be getting a new Galactic Edition on November 1st that will bring with it 13 character packs, including 6 new packs that contain such fan favorites as Cassian Andor, Reva. Wait, I thought it said fan favorites. I'm a little confused. Captain Rex and more.
maybe it's like Survivor. You remember that one season where they did fans and favorites? Maybe that's what it is. Reva's a fan of Star Wars
Exactly.
because she's no one's favorite.
Exactly. For sure.
I don't even think Moses Ingram that's her favorite character in Star Wars.
Yeah, probably not.
So
Disney Speedstorm.
to clarify, Moses is great, and all the hate towards her is unwarranted.
Yeah, of course.
And the
absolutely.
show is awesome. We love Obi-Wan.
Yeah,
Not a
absolutely.
fan of the character Reva. That's all.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. And if you send hate towards an actor for you not liking their role, you're probably a bad person.
No, there's 100% chance.
Oh, 100%
yeah.
chance. Okay. Yeah. No, I agree. I was just trying to not hit it super hard.
Yeah.
But
No, if you do that,
no, you're
you
right.
are a bad
Yeah.
person.
No, okay.
For sure.
Yep, I can get on board with that.
Also, Ewan called it out, and he was like, hey, stop doing that. So,
Yeah.
like, if you're going to do that, you're going against his wishes specifically. This is Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah. Don't go against Obi-Wan.
No.
Also,
Only Sith deal in absolutes.
absolutely. Disney Speedstorm has yet to be released. It's coming soon. We don't have a date for it. It's the racing game. It did get a new look at the showcase. It revealed that solely Mike Wazowski. Really, you don't care about it at all. We got some new racers and some new tracks. You don't care about Disney Speedstorm at all?
I couldn't care less.
Why?
Because what they should have done was do Mario Kart Disney, and they blew it.
What? That's kind of what they're doing.
Yeah, but it's bad, and it doesn't look good, and it's all washed out, and it's full of microtransactions, and it just looks
I mean,
stupid.
we'll see. It's not out yet.
Looks
but-
stupid.
I thought the Monsters Inc. trailer looked good.
I'm not
The
excited
track looked
even a little
really
bit.
cool. All right.
Nope.
Well, and then what they should have closed out the showcase with,
Was this in the highlight reel?
it was like right after the highlight reel, and it was just a super quick,
Super brief trailer.
Like
Yeah.
this, they should have like brought out Amy Henning to announce this.
Yeah,
like,
they should have.
and they just
because
didn't. Like they just dropped
we
the
like
trailer,
Amy
like,
Henning
Yeah,
a lot.
as soon as the trailer
She's an
started,
industry leader. Like she
yeah,
makes good
right,
games.
yeah, exactly.
We're
Like
stoked about this.
they should have brought her out and had her say something about
Are
it.
you gonna say
and
what
this
it
is
is?
how they closed it out. Well, we don't have a name for it yet, but it is a Captain America and Black Panther game in World War II.
What?
So this is not T'Challa.
That's weird.
This
It's
is
T'Chaka.
T'Chaka.
Yeah.
This is King T'Chaka.
Yeah.
So,
So is it an MCU game? Did they mention?
I'm sure it is.
Why are you sure it is? They haven't
Um,
done any MCU games.
No, I guess you're right. I guess the games are still. I'm thinking because Star Wars has announced that all Star Wars games going forward will be canon.
Right.
But I guess Marvel hasn't done
Yeah,
that.
no, they
Marvel
haven't.
is still doing their own thing and like different
Right.
universes. So
So-
no, I
so
actually
probably
I think
not
it's
then.
probably not
Yeah.
an MCU game. But
Set in World War II and will feature a mix of grim battlefields and stealth espionage. A
Yep.
stylish trailer sporting old-timey music shows a few clues about what the game's story might be about, and ends with a quick glimpse of the King of Wakanda himself. Yeah, that's cool. It's a very unlikely pairing. Like
yeah.
it makes sense, Captain
Right.
America and Black Panther, but it's like, oh, weird. Like,
Well, and
what's this about?
what's gonna be cool
So-
is like, why is Wakanda involved at all? I mean, they're not. Like
'Cause
Wakanda's
it's a
not.
world war.
Well, right, but Wakanda's not involved. But like, because no one knows
we don't know.
about Wakanda.
I mean, this
like,
is a different.
well,
universe,
that's true.
So,
So possibly,
yeah,
but
potentially.
but I love that Black Panther is still involved because
course.
again, like
Yeah.
this is it's World War. Like this is massive,
Right.
right? You know, you would expect like
yeah, that'll be fun.
some interference from
Hopefully it's not bad.
Wakanda. Yeah, I wonder if we'll see any
Because we're pretty 50-50 with Marvel games right now. So.
Right. Yeah. I wonder if we'll see. I'm very much looking forward to the interaction between Captain America and T'Chaka and like
I'm looking
if it
forward to
is-
Spider-Man 2 and
if
Wolverine.
it is similar to the MCU Wakanda,
Yeah.
T'Chaka was very don't get involved in
Right.
anything.
So something must have
so
happened.
so but and Cap might even be like, you could literally end this war like with
Well,
your
yeah,
country,
Cap
you know, kind
probably
of thing.
wouldn't
So
know about Black Panther, but
well, maybe
Yeah.
we might see interaction between the two of them.
Oh,
is
I'm
what
sure we
saying,
will,
you
yeah.
know. So,
and Shield probably will be a part of it.
yeah, probably.
So yeah, that's interesting. That'll be cool.
We might see Howard Stark. You know, it could be very cool. So that's what they should have ended it off with, and kind of like what we'll talk about with Nintendo. Nintendo ended it on just the best news. It's in the thumbnail, so you know that we got Zelda news, and that's how they ended it, and that just like brought the direct up a bunch,
Yeah.
and that's what they should have done here. But any more D23 thoughts before we jump into the direct?
Nope.
All right.
So did you order these similarly, or did you do it the way that they were announced?
It's ordered similar. It's not.
Mm.
It's not
We
really.
should've
It's
done
not
the way
announced
they were
order.
announced.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I couldn't find a good
Okay.
article that did it. This
Well,
is
we
all
can
from
blast
Game
through these.
Informer,
So
but-
basically, they said the Nintendo Direct will be focused mainly on farming simulator games that will be released this winter.
correct. Yes.
I'm glad they let us know that ahead of time because
yeah, absolutely.
if they hadn't, I would have been really disappointed that we got like 6
Yeah.
farming simulator
oh,
games.
wait a second. They
back to
didn't.
back. Oh, they didn't. You're
tell us
right.
that.
Yeah.
And we did get
What
6
a-
farming simulator games. So Just Dance 23. Now this is interesting to me because it seems like this is going to be
A live service.
like a live service game.
Yeah, that's what
and
it seemed like
this
to me
is
too.
what this is what Guitar Hero Rock Band should have figured out
Well,
a long time ago.
and Just Dance.
and Just Dance because those
If
games
that's
could
what they
still
were
be
gonna call,
happening.
if that's what they're gonna do, so I wasn't sure because I watched very closely this trailer because I was curious about
Mhm.
that, and they didn't say that explicitly, but the tagline was "The party never ends" or something like that,
Correct.
which kind of alluded to that idea. And they were like, "We're gonna
Right.
add more songs, blah blah blah." So if that's the case, they should have just called it Just Dance,
Right.
and they should have been like, "Listen, this is the last
Yeah.
one, and going forward,
It's
they're-
also possible that they're
but
doing
it's an Ubisoft game." So that also makes me think it'll be a live service kind of,
right.
you know, because that's what they're trending towards.
They also might be just doing like the Beat Saber model, which is just they release DLC packs for sale, and then you can buy those packs.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
like
what a
something
live
like
service
that.
game is. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah, paid or not paid, it's
right.
it's just one game that is
Yeah.
continually updated.
What I would like to see is like a subscription like service kind of thing.
Yeah, I
that
think
gives you access
I think that's really smart. Yeah.
Rune Factory 3 special. I don't know. I'm gonna go through these.
So Rune
Stop me
Factory
if you
3
wanna talk
Rune
about 'em.
Factory 3 is a remake. They're up to Rune Factory 6 is going to be the one they announced is coming next.
Okay.
It's just called Rune Factory though. 6 will be. So it's probably a bit of a reboot. 3 is going to be a remaster. So
Okay.
it looks really good. I'm not a huge Rune Factory fan. It is a life sim. But it also has combat and like monster collection and things. So
Okay.
it's there's a lot of meat on the bones of the Rune Factory games. You can put hundreds of hours into these. So it's cool that they're remastering 3.
Tunic is coming to Switch. We get that on September 27th.
We've talked about Tunic before. It's on Game Pass right now. It's a kind of a Link to the Past style game with a really unique art style. This is perfect for Switch. I'm super.
Absolutely.
I was glad to see
Surprised
it.
it wasn't on Switch
So
originally.
the next one, Crisis Core, is Final Fantasy VII DLC originally, and now they're doing a remake of it the same way that they did Final Fantasy VII.
Right.
The thing that's interesting to me is that this is on Switch, and they didn't say it was a cloud version, and this is
Final Fantasy VII Cloud?
Final Fantasy VII is not on Switch.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so I'm not really sure what the deal is here because this is a very graphically intensive game.
Yeah.
It's a very gorgeous game, and I would be really shocked if this is running natively on the Switch. But on Amazon, there's a cartridge for it, and they don't do that for cloud versions.
Interesting.
So maybe because it's not the same kind of gameplay that Final Fantasy VII is, it's probably not as large as Final Fantasy VII. Maybe they're able to pull it off. But that's very impressive to me. So.
And that drops December 13th.
Yep.
Bayonetta 3. What did they give us?
They gave us a full gameplay trailer on YouTube, not during the Direct, and that's the first time I've seen them do that. Is they're like, "Hey, tune into our YouTube channel after this for a full gameplay trailer of Bayonetta 3."
Before.
I don't think they have.
They've done that before.
No, they've said like we're doing a Treehouse presentation after the Direct. They've done things like that, but I don't think they've been like, "Hey, go to our YouTube channel for this video we're gonna put out."
I mean, that's what they do with Treehouses, though.
Yeah, but they're like Treehouse is an event. It's not like.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Expansion Pass DLC Volume 2 got announced. That
goes live October 13th.
We got a new Mario game. Just kidding. Mario and Rabbids.
I texted you. It was funny because we were getting all this garbage to open the Direct with. I texted Luke. I was like, "Where's Mario?"
And then literally Mario.
Literally the next thing.
And it was like
Mario
and Rabbids. And I was like,
fake Mario.
boo.
I'm stoked for this. I know you don't care, but I think it looks really good.
Tales of Symphonia is being remastered. I know this title.
Yeah, it's the super popular.
Okay, like older. What platform was it on originally? Do you know?
I want to say Game Boy.
Really?
Like Game Boy Advance, maybe DS.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Harvestella.
Harvestella is a new farming simulator.
Yes, this is one of the new farming simulators. Yep. That comes out November 4th.
With a demo available today.
Mario Strikers Battle League got a new character.
Diddy Kong!
Or new characters.
Oh, and Pauline.
Yeah. And Diddy Kong.
Yep.
Plus more gear, another stadium, striker ranking based on skill points,
which is cool. Options. So they stole that from Splatoon 3.
Right.
Which has a cool rank up system now.
Does.
That even when you lose a game, you can actually rank up still
based off like medals you can get during the game.
Right. So if you get stuck with teammates that suck or something, you can. It's not going to hurt your personal score as long as you do well. So it's cool that they're doing that for Strikers too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I wish Strikers would have launched finished though, because I really like this game, but nobody's playing it.
Right.
And none of my friends are interested. I think if it had more robust features and like launched this way, it would have been different, but. kind of
Yeah.
ship has sailed.
It also got customization options for supporters in the audience, and splash match
Which is cute.
celebration effect options are being added
Yeah,
as well.
That's fun.
What is
Atelier Ryza
3?
3. Yeah. This looks cool.
Which one was this?
This was the Rainy City detective game.
Oh, right.
This looks kind of
Okay.
fun.
February
it's
24th.
It's very anime. But it let's see. It's you and your friends set sail to investigate the strange islands that have appeared worldwide. Freely explore this world when it hits Switch on February 24th. It doesn't really give us much, but
No.
it's like a detective game. And it's set in a rainy, moody city. It looks pretty cool. No, wait.
Yeah, no, that's it.
No, Master Detective Archives is what I'm talking about.
Oh,
I don't know
you're
what
right, you're
Atelier
right.
Ryza is.
I don't
I
remember
apologize.
what this is.
Anyways, Master Detective Archives sounds dope. In this dark fantasy mystery from the creators of Danganronpa, you'll take unsolved cases as Yuma, a trainee at a detective agency. That's the one I was talking
And
about.
that hit
looks
Switch in spring.
cool. Spring 23.
And then the first farming simulator they dropped was Story of Seasons,
which is
Wonderful
a
Life.
good one. This is
This
Harvest Moon.
actually looks good.
Yeah,
like,
this does look good. It's a Nintendo IP.
Relive this game that's nearly 20
That's
years
not
old.
true.
And Story of Season, A
Maybe it's
Wonderful
just
Life.
exclusive to
A
Nintendo.
new remaster that features plenty of updates, modern visuals, and more. It hit Switch in the summer of 23. So this hit, and I was like, oh, like it seems like a farming simulator, but this actually looks like fun. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. And then we just got all the other farming simulators.
Oh, so that's a remaster then. Story of Seasons.
Yes,
It's the
yes,
original.
It's a remaster.
Oh, cool.
Various Day Life. This game combines adventure RPG mechanics with farming simulator, and it will feature more than 100 types.
There were
of daily,
so many.
100 types of daily
There was
tasks.
like
that sounds
6.
exhausting to me.
Well, Animal Crossing has a bunch.
Not 100 daily tasks.
Honestly, probably.
No way.
If you separate everything out individually, yeah.
No way. Not even close to 100.
Okay.
Name them.
I feel like I could go forever.
I guess.
You get your vegetables, you get your,
Oh, I guess if
you know,
yeah, I
that's
guess
what I'm saying.
technically,
Like
if
every
then
you
maybe,
talk to
sure.
your villagers, you know.
Yeah.
And then once they added the DLC, that's a whole bunch of.
Yeah, that's
know.
true.
Did you ever play the DLC?
I did.
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't finish it, but I played it.
Why didn't you? The end of the DLC is the best part.
Yeah, I just got. I don't know. I got a little bored.
Oh, bummer. I loved that DLC.
I did too. I liked it. I just played a lot.
I must
of
have
it.
put another 100 hours into it
Yeah,
once that
and-
came. Oh, you started before the DLC came out was the problem.
Right, exactly. Like
Yeah,
I
so
was
you're
playing,
kind of
like,
over
a
it by
couple
the
weeks
time.
before the DLC
Yeah.
was out. Like I was burnt out on Animal
Yeah.
Crossing again before
Right.
the DLC came
Right.
out, and then I liked the DLC. So I will go back to it and finish it. I also didn't want to just like play it and be done with it. I want to revisit Animal Crossing,
Yeah.
and I wanted a reason to
Yeah,
do
yeah.
that. So
The next one, Sifu, it's that kung fu action game that
Mhm.
was exclusive to PlayStation at first.
okay.
And now it's coming to other platforms, obviously
Switch on
Nintendo
November
Switch.
8th.
This is fantastic. This game looks really fun. I wanted to get it on PlayStation. Now I'll get it on
Okay.
Switch. And basically you're a martial arts guy, and you have to go through things. But if you get defeated, what you can do is instead of dying, you age older. So you'll be a little bit slower and a little bit more vulnerable, but you get better skills that you can use in combat. And you'll hit a little bit harder,
Okay.
things like that. So like eventually you'll age out and die if that happens. But
Right.
what people are trying to do is like get through the whole game at age 25,
Oh, jeez.
instead of like,
Sure.
getting older. And so
Huh.
it's
okay.
pretty cool. And it's a game that you can play multiple times through and like finish and not,
Huh. Okay.
you keep, you
That's
know,
cool. Fatal Frame, Mask of the Lunar Eclipse. Now
This
I
is
feel
awesome.
like we just got a Fatal Frame game.
we did.
We did.
Yeah. They're
Okay.
bringing them over.
So is this a remaster or?
No, it's just a port.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But this is the new Fatal Frame game that we got like
No.
within the past couple years.
No, the new Fatal Frame. No. I think the newest one was the one we got ported a year ago or so.
Okay. I thought there was only one Fatal Frame game.
No, there's a few.
Is there really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so this is out already?
No, early 2023 is well, is when it comes out on Switch.
Right, but it's already out.
It's
on
out
other
already
platforms.
in Japan.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I've always been interested in Fatal Frame. I've
This
never
one looks
played it before.
sweet.
I've always
So
wanted to, but
yeah. Well, now you've got 2 of them to play.
yeah.
So
fitness boxing, Fists of
this
the
one
North Star.
looks stupid. I
Boxed
can't believe
with
how many.
familiar fighting faces like Kenshiro in this fitness game that hits Switch and March 23.
I can't believe how many boxing games are on the Switch. It's wild to me, but I guess the Joy-Cons are perfect for that.
Yeah, you know what else would be perfect?
SpongeBob SquarePants, the
Switch
Cosmic
Sports
Shake.
Boxing. Yeah, we're getting a SpongeBob game. Is this
So-
a new game?
Yeah, it's a brand new game.
okay.
So they did the Bikini Bottom Fight for Bikini Bottom remaster,
Yeah.
and then they're like, now we're gonna make 2 more games.
interesting.
So this
Okay.
is, I think, the first of those 2.
All right.
That's exciting.
Oddballers, throw whatever you can at your opponents in this unique multiplayer game that hits Switch early next year.
I don't remember that.
I vaguely remember it. It's like, I don't know, you just
Next is
exactly what it
another
sounds
farming
like.
simulator.
Factorio.
Factorio.
Yep, it's a farming simulator.
Yep. Endless
Endless
Dungeon.
Dungeon. Recruit a team of shipwrecked heroes and make your way out of a derelict space station in this RPG that hits Switch next year.
I think I fell asleep for this.
Front
Front Mission first and Front Mission 2 remakes are coming out later this year, and 3 they announced is in the works as well.
That's most of the smaller stuff. So now we're
Okay.
getting into pretty much
The
the
better stuff.
big stuff.
So this is what they opened the direct with. This was a regardless of the fact that you don't care.
Right. I
is
mean,
a-
you don't care
is a
either.
big. I do. I'll play it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Fire Emblem's
This is-
getting a new
Well,
game.
it's a new game, and Martha's going to be in it. And a lot of the old characters from the old games are going to be in it. So it's kind of like a I don't know. They're bringing a lot of fan favorite
Yeah.
characters back, which this is the first time they've brought Marth back since like the second or third.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
that's cool.
it's pretty hype. And it looks cool. I like the art style, the red and blue kind of
Yep.
thing. They're bringing back the dragon from the original, so it's a big deal. It's cool.
Yeah.
The story looks interesting.
Yeah, it does look interesting. It seems like seems like maybe the first story or something along
You
those
remember that
lines,
Power
like-
Rangers episode where they brought back all the old Power Rangers
Yeah.
and they all fought?
Yeah.
I don't know how I just thought of that.
Yeah.
That just came out of nowhere. It's super weird. I haven't thought about that
That's so funny.
in at least 20 years.
Was that Lightspeed Rescue
I think so.
that brought in the
Yeah, I
Mighty
think it was.
Morphin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there was like 3 different ones, I think, but
Oh,
I don't
uh-huh.
remember. Anyways, it's kind of got that vibe to it. So that's pretty cool.
I wish Power Rangers was cool.
Same.
Like,
I know. Same.
we got a bunch of Nintendo 64 games coming to
We-
Nintendo Switch
Dude,
Online.
this was so hype.
I'm
so
gonna
they,
rattle them off here. Pilot Wing 64,
I wanted to do it.
Mario Party 1, 2, and 3.
All with online play.
Finish off the list.
Pokemon Stadium 2 1080. Bro, you could even tell the announcer was hyped. He was like,
Yeah.
1080 snowboarding. Like,
Yeah.
that's so cool.
Huh.
And Excite Bike 64, which I forgot I played a ton.
Oh, really?
Like, when they showed the gameplay, I was like, oh, I
don't
played
think
this.
I ever played that.
Yeah. And then, after they announced all of those 64 games, they were like, these are coming in the next, this year and next year. Also,
GoldenEye. We're getting GoldenEye. Which is awesome. I suspected this.
I did not, because it's owned by Microsoft and they already did Banjo and Kazooie,
Yeah.
and
that's why I
it's just like
suspected it.
there's so much happening with this, but it's also owned by not Miramax, MGM. And so it's been a whole thing, and the remaster is potentially coming out soon on the Xbox. So, but they did it. Like, even though, like, against all odds, they got GoldenEye on the Switch in the 64 app with online multiplayer.
Yeah.
This is the first time this game has
Yep.
had online multiplayer. That's so hype.
I wonder if the controls will support like 2 thumbstick
They will not.
controls. Yeah.
They will not. You'll have to use the old school ones.
Well, I'm not playing it.
Okay.
Like,
Fine, I'll play it.
such a
This,
bummer.
I'm hyped. This is so
yeah,
cool.
no, it is cool. I think this about does it. This gives us basically all the good 64 games. We didn't get Banjo Tooie, right? We just
No,
got
but
Kazooie.
that'll probably come.
Um,
You think that's everything? There's still more.
it's almost everything, is what I said. Like
Oh.
we're pretty much there. We pretty much have like the best of 64.
I feel like that's not true, but I can't think right now. So the Star Wars games would be.
Yeah, that's true. Octopath Traveler 2.
So this is a huge announcement. It also looks like it's going to be fully voiced, which is another huge announcement. But I don't care about this game,
Me
and
either.
I've never played Octopath Traveler, so
So the best announcement got delayed. Nintendo Switch Sports was gonna have golf.
and they're
In
adding
fall.
a whole bunch of new courses and things.
But
For whatever
instead-
reason, I was just expecting the ones from Wii Sports, and I was
Yeah,
like
no.
cool with that. But they're adding all the ones from
Yeah.
Wii Sports and a whole
more,
bunch of new
yeah.
ones, and it looks really good.
And I will still not buy this game until it drops.
Yeah,
So-
and then we'll play. So probably December is when we'll get
yeah,
it.
it
be fun.
didn't get a significant delay.
can play it
just
at Christmas
got
time.
from fall to
Winter.
Winter.
Yep.
So
Or to holiday.
to holiday
Yeah.
specifically. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would expect December. Then we got
Theater Rhythm
Theater
Final
Rhythm?
Bar Line.
so this is like a
Guitar Hero kind of.
yeah, but it has
thing.
like Final Fantasy music and characters, and
It's got Final Fantasy, it's got Saga, it's got Nier, it's got Octopath
Octopath.
Traveler, and Live Alive,
Yeah.
which is a weird inclusion. So yeah, it's just like all these JRPG
yeah, it seems
games.
neat.
and-
Like
It's cool.
It
It's
would
cool.
be cooler if we had a bunch more Nintendo IPs.
But there's a whole bunch of songs. There's 400 songs initially, then they're adding 90, and then they're adding like another 200
Yeah.
or something like that. So,
so it's cool.
yeah, that's neat.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe third wave of DLC.
So I predicted this. I predicted Bayonetta. I predicted something else that already happened. What was it? Oh, Splatoon and Mario and Rabbids. Both
Oh,
things that you
yeah.
were like, probably. So, just saying, there's a whole bunch of things. And this comes so soon after Wave 2, which came out like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
They only showed us 2 of the maps, though. So,
Right.
that's cool. One of them is a
the
Christmas map.
Christmas map.
That's
It's
super
from
cool.
the phone game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other one is Peach's Gardens, which is a fan favorite, and
Yeah.
it's never been off the DS. It's gorgeous. It looks great.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
really stoked.
Super cool.
So-
We need to play Mario Kart again.
Mhm.
Because we have all these new maps.
Yeah.
I haven't played it since
I
any
haven't
of
either.
this has come out. So.
Wave 2 I haven't played.
Oh, okay.
I played
You
Wave 1, yeah.
Yeah, no, I haven't played it all. So
Yeah, love Mario Kart.
Speaking of Splatoon 3, let's actually jump to that real quick because I want
What?
to talk about that.
Why?
So we got Splatoon 3
Splatfest.
Splatfest details.
Okay.
September 23rd through September 25th. This is just an in-game event, right?
Yes.
It sold 3.5 million copies in Japan.
Is that true?
Yes. In
That's
just
insane.
Japan since the game's come out.
That's crazy.
It beats Animal Crossing
Well, no wonder they care
and
so much about this game.
another launch. I
Yeah,
forget what the
Splatoon
other
is
launch
huge
is.
in Japan.
It's that
Yeah.
3.5 million copies since
Yeah.
it released
Yeah.
in only Japan.
Yeah.
Like
and that
that's
just came out.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That's wild.
I
I like that the
was a news
Splatfests
thing
are
that I
3
forgot
teams
about.
now instead of just 2. They used to just be 2.
Oh,
But
really?
now it's
Now
3,
it's
and
3.
there's one team in the middle that has more people, and
Oh,
then the other
interesting.
2 teams have less
Okay.
people, but they have to like come towards the middle, so the middle's like
Right.
fighting off. It's pretty cool. I
Huh.
like it.
All right. So let's jump back up here to
Fae Farm.
which is another
Farming simulator. Next.
Resident Evil Village, Resident Evil 7, Resident Evil 2 and 3 remakes are all coming to Switch as
Cloud
cloud
version.
versions.
Which is cool. Like, if you don't have another system and you want to play these games, that's neat. Resident Evil 7, finally, because they did a cloud version in Japan only, like a long time
really?
ago. Like a long time ago. Like 2
Huh.
years ago.
Strange.
But it wasn't available here. So now you can do 7, 8, 2, and 3, which is cool. And they're
Yeah.
great. They're great
yeah,
games.
It's cool. It's
So-
cool. It's just it bums me out that it's cloud.
It would bum me out if they could run on the Switch, but they can't, so it's fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I get that. We're getting
This is probably the
A
most hype announcement of the whole direct.
Kirby remake.
Like including Zelda, because This is Return to Dreamland. It's one of the it's top 3 Kirby games ever. I'm just saying, it's a super cool.
It might be top 3 Kirby
We
games
already
ever,
knew
and
about
it probably
Zelda.
doesn't touch the
We already
sales
knew
for
about
Zelda.
Zelda.
At all.
We didn't see anything that exciting. I'm saying more hype. I'm not saying better announcement.
We got a title
Yeah, it's a cool
and a
title.
release date
All right,
for
whatever.
the first time.
All right,
Definitely not more
I
hype.
disagree. Kirby's Dream Land is super cool, and it comes out February 24th. I can't believe this is the 3rd game within 1 year from Kirby.
Yeah.
They did the cool Forgotten Land one that just came out. They did
really
the
crappy Fall Guys.
It's not crappy.
ripoff.
People like it. Did you play it?
No, I haven't.
Then
played
what are you
it.
talking about?
I've heard terrible things
Okay,
about it.
from what I've heard, it's fun. So don't be a
Who
hater.
have you heard from?
Arlo and Donkey both like it.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Huh. Bob and
Wood are haters.
despise it.
Bob hates everything.
Well, yeah, but Wood hates it.
Okay,
This seems like a game right up Wood's alley.
I
Like,
guess because he eats.
but I
food.
guess he doesn't. He also doesn't like Fall Guys either. So,
Yeah.
I
Anyways.
don't know. I've heard it's just very unfinished, unpolished. like-
Anyways, Return to Dreamland is hype. It Takes Two is coming to Switch. That's awesome.
yeah, that's cool.
That's super cool.
Yeah,
That's
totally agree.
perfect for Switch. I'm
Absolutely.
honestly shocked they didn't market it with Joy-Cons. Like,
Totally.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
this is
absolutely.
perfect for the Switch.
And then the direct was over.
And I was like, one more thing. Okay, Wind Waker and Twilight Princess.
Nope.
I actually can't believe I was bummed to see this game.
Yeah.
When it first came up, I was like, dang.
Yeah. Same.
And it's because I wanted Wind Waker and
Yeah, I
Twilight
wanted
Princess
Wind Waker
so
and Twilight
bad.
so bad. And I really thought we were gonna get them.
Yeah, me too. I mean, you were convinced.
Yeah.
Like,
Jeff Grubb said it.
yeah, I was bummed. But then I saw Link dive off of a
that it's
floating island
you know, like,
and
this
then
was
land on
amazing.
a giant metal bird.
The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. So no more Breath of the Wild 2. This is Tears of the Kingdom.
Is coming out in May of 2023. That's 2 months
May
later than
5th.
we thought, and we knew March was asking too much. I think May is a perfect release date.
It does give me enough time to finish Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, it's only 8 months
I have a
away.
release date, so now I need to actually get
Yeah,
on Breath
it's
of the
only
Wild.
8 months away, and I'm pumped. I'm so excited.
So am I. I mean, I'm very excited. Like,
They released some art which looks really neat. And they gave us the title and a little tiny teaser trailer.
yep,
And the 3 things they showed us in the teaser trailer were super cool.
super
So-
cool. I want to forget about it all. I don't want to get into it and break it down.
Okay.
But I won't watch any more Breath of the Wild. Tears of the Kingdom stuff at all. There was.
Tears of the Kingdom is such a cool name.
It is a good name. It is a good.
That's such a epic name. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean?
Absolutely.
Like Ocarina of Time, classic. Majora's Mask, spooky. Breath of the Wild, like really
name.
kind of.
It still seems
But
to me.
Tears of
that-
the Kingdom is
yeah.
epic.
It makes me think that we're not getting a rebuilt Hyrule.
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's what it makes. That's what it seems like to me.
I don't know, but I'm excited.
I'm so excited. How cool would it be if Castletown was in the sky though? Like
That'd be cool.
that would be so.
It seems
cool.
like an ancient city though,
It
not
does.
not a modern city.
So, yeah, I don't know. It's really interesting.
Yep,
we haven't
I'm
seen.
excited.
Yeah, again, I don't want to talk. I want to get it. I want to play it. Is this gonna be the first year that we don't get a Zelda release?
Not the first, but
Like in a while. They made a
There's-
point that they wanted to do a
Yeah,
Zelda
one every
release
year.
every year.
that's why I'm kind of like surprised that we're not getting Twilight and Wind Waker.
Is it?
It is
because they
possible.
delayed it.
It's possible they'll announce it and drop it before the end of the year, but I would be really shocked.
They don't have anything coming in December.
Not that off the top of my head. So
Yeah.
it's possible, but
I'm still
At this
holding out
point,
hope.
yeah.
I feel like it's probably not going to happen, but this would be the first year in
The first year in a while, yeah.
that we have not got a Zelda release.
Yep.
So that does it. That is D23, the Nintendo Direct. After
Bo-
like going
both-
over the
Both
direct,
pretty mid. Or the direct was mid. D23
Yeah.
sucked.
after going over the direct, I'm not as down on it as I was watching it.
Yeah.
The farming simulators hit
Dude,
hard though. Like
yeah.
that was rough.
I wish they would have put those in a highlight reel. I was just like so like
Yeah.
don't
I
care.
don't. And I just like, I don't know. We got some big stuff. Yeah, that's true. It is like the fact that I don't play JRPGs like definitely hurt it for me a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
because if I had played Fire Emblem and Octopath Traveler, like it would have been a better direct. But
Yeah.
man, yeah. Overall, kind of bummed out about both of them, but we did get some cool stuff out of both.
We did.
So,
Yeah, we did. We got some really cool stuff. Return to Dreamland is cool. Tears of the Kingdom that's super exciting. What was the other direct announcement that I was pumped about?
Mario and Rabbids, Bayonetta.
I don't remember.
So wait, aren't we supposed to be getting a Metroid game this year still?
No.
I thought they told us we were getting one this year.
No.
No? Maybe I don't know why I thought that.
I don't either.
I thought we were getting the Metroid Prime remaster this year.
Oh, nobody announced that.
Oh, okay.
That
It
was
was just all
I
speculation.
remember, yeah.
Well, that does it.
Which makes me
for-
think we won't get Metroid Prime 4 next year. It means we'll probably get Metroid Prime Remaster next year, and then
and
for
then
the year
for
after.
the year after. Is next year
Or maybe like
is
summer.
next year a
and-
Metroid
maybe-
anniversary?
Can I say what I was gonna say?
No.
Maybe like summertime and then wintertime or something,
Yeah.
like holiday next year.
Well, is next year a Metroid anniversary by chance?
I don't think so.
Well,
Well, every year is a Metroid anniversary.
that's true, but I meant like a big one.
Yeah,
One
yeah.
we're celebrating. Because that would be worth dropping 2 Metroid games.
So
What have
would-
you been playing?
money. I played Spider-Man a little bit because I still don't have a Steam Deck, and I just like Spider-Man. It's fun to swing around. I don't do any missions. I don't fight any crimes. I just swing around. Super fun. Love that game. And then I feel like I played something. Oh, I played a little bit of Smash with Tim.
Okay.
I played that stupid mobile game you told me to play. That was dumb. He sent me this weird looking game. He's like, I promise you'll love this. So I download it, and it's like this little game where you circle the dog to protect him from bees, which, that's fun enough. But then it switches to like this weird like kingdom battle game,
It's so confusing.
which, yeah, it's like, okay, that's a weird contrast. But then it's like, the standard mobile games where it's like, oh, click here, click here, click here, click here, and all of that stuff. And I kept thinking there would be another twist or another fun thing, but it's literally just like you build up your heroes and they do fights, and then also you protect a dog from bees, which is weird. And that's funny for sure, but I expected more.
No, that's
especially because
that's
you were
all.
like, oh
I
yeah,
was
you'll love
dying because so I get
Yeah.
these stupid Facebook ads for save the dog, and it's always like drawing the stuff that doesn't save the dog, and it's like, but not in like sometimes mobile games, like ads for mobile games on Facebook are
Yes.
like I can't shoot the
Right.
target, like
Right.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it's like shapes that you would actually think would work to save the dog from the bees and everything.
Yeah.
So I was like intrigued enough, like I was bored, so I downloaded it and I was playing it with someone, and then it got to like this like weird like hero like
Yeah.
boss fight RPG
Right.
game.
If it had
thing.
started as that and then had the save the dog thing, it would have been a lot funnier.
Totally.
But it starts as the save the dog
Save the
thing,
dog,
and then you're
it's
like building your kingdom, and
Yeah.
like I don't know. I just
so
don't care
I
because
clicked on it.
it felt like maybe it was satire, but then it seemed like it was taking itself seriously, and then it asked me for money, and I was like, okay,
Oh, did it really? See, I didn't even get that far into
yeah,
it. I clicked on it and it has 4.7 stars on Google reviews.
yeah, because they bought them.
Yeah, a bit, maybe. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
stupid.
It was like, but then there was a couple 1-star reviews that were like, I used to love this game so much, but then with the new update, it's like it's too buggy or whatever.
Weird.
It's like, how do you love this game? It's
And
so.
also,
It feels like one of those like random like terrible donkey games that he plays. Like.
no, it doesn't. It doesn't have enough substance to be a random terrible donkey game. That was so stupid. I hate that you wasted my time with that. What have you been playing, Luke?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man on PC.
Yep.
How's that
On
going?
PC.
Having fun?
It's buggy.
That sucks.
I don't know if it's buggy on console at all, but it's crashed.
Have you tried
on
squishing the
me
bugs?
2 or 3 times? And so like people get kidnapped and they're in the trunk.
Mm.
I went and like took the trunk off, and the guy like stood up and walked through the car, and I was like,
Yeah.
neat. I landed on a wall as Spider-Man, and my arm like went into the wall. I was like,
Yeah.
this is
There. I mean, there are
frustrating.
some bugs on PlayStation, but not frequent.
Yeah, I've put like 6 hours into it, and it's crashed on me 3 times.
Sucks.
Which is extremely frustrating.
Yeah. That's annoying.
And it
Have
doesn't
you, like,
it doesn't
lost
just
progress,
crash.
or?
No, because it's always been like, I mean, because it's been during missions every time, I think.
Uh-huh.
So there's checkpoints, like, so maybe a tiny bit, but
Yeah.
like half of a checkpoint worth of progress or whatever. But
Yeah, I don't remember it being very buggy on PlayStation, but it was an exclusive, so it was developed for
Right,
PlayStation.
yeah,
So it makes
so-
sense it would be buggy.
yeah,
But they'll
yes, it
probably
does.
patch that stuff.
it did have a patch the other day when I logged on, so it seems like they're working
they're
on
working
it still,
on
which is nice.
Good.
You know what is super frustrating though is playing it with a controller where the right thumbstick drifts, especially when you like try and do the radio tower things,
You can skip those.
So did you bring me a controller?
No, I wasn't coming from home. Sorry. But next time.
So the drifting, and then as I'm fighting, the camera just slowly like.
That's funny.
So I'll be
That's
fighting,
funny.
and it'll be focused on like dodging and fighting and everything.
Yeah.
And like, oh, I'm looking at Spider-Man's butt. Like I gotta
Yeah.
fix that real quick. Like,
Yeah.
But it's Spider-Man. Like it's so much fun.
Yeah, it's super
I
fun.
love it. Like even just swinging around the city
Same.
is super cool.
Same.
I can't not go stop a crime, which is
Yeah.
actually kind of irritating.
It is kind of
like,
irritating.
I'll be like swinging.
I know
and I'll
exactly
be like,
how you feel.
there's a kidnapping. And I'll
I'm
be like,
glad you're finally playing this. How far into
Kidnapping.
the story are you? Spoilers for Spider-Man.
I just played the first Mary Jane level.
Mary Jane level?
Yeah, Mary Jane mission.
Oh, yeah.
With the demons
with the camera.
and the statue. Yeah,
Yep,
the camera. And then I
Cool.
played
Did
one
you-
or two stories right
Did
after
you finish that level as Spider-Man?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
played
that's a
I
good
played
level.
a couple ones
Okay,
after
cool.
that.
Yeah. Did you
it was
see Stanley yet?
all right? Yeah, I did.
Cool.
That
huh?
was that was
Yeah.
cool. Was he alive when they made this game?
Yeah, he must have been. Yeah.
Well, because I wasn't sure if they did a.
Yeah, I think he
a
died
cameo.
during development.
Did
Did you see the statue?
no, I haven't
There's a
seen the
statue of Stanley
statue.
outside
That's
of that
cool.
restaurant.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? I don't like playing as MJ.
Oh, yeah, it's the worst. Yeah.
I don't. I
Yeah,
don't
no.
like it at
Biggest
all.
criticism about that game is the MJ level.
Literally, when I was playing as MJ, I was like, if they ever make me play as Zelda in a Zelda game, I'm gonna be upset about it.
Not if it's cool.
I don't want to play as Zelda. I want to play as Link.
Not
Like,
if it's cool.
I don't know.
Dude,
I
after
guess.
Hyrule Warriors, I would prefer to play as Zelda.
I guess.
I'm telling you.
Zelda is for sure way cooler than Mary Jane.
way
And if
cooler.
I had to pick between the two, of course, I'd
Yeah.
rather play Zelda. But I don't
Especially
know, it's
Zelda
just
with
like-
her Sheikah Slate.
Yeah.
Or her
no,
magic
that's true.
bow.
That's
She's
true.
so
for Sure,
cool.
for sure. I don't know. Like,
Definitely not even kind of the same.
I would rather.
MJ doesn't have powers.
Well, yeah, but I guess that's true. If it is cool, then
If MJ
Then
was
that's right.
Spider-Girl, you wouldn't hate it.
correct. Yes, that's true. But like when I play Breath of the Wild and I see the memories, like Zelda, like doesn't have powers and
No, totally.
doesn't like in
Totally,
like.
totally.
So I almost expect like
Sure.
literally what I just played.
No,
And
when
it's like
people
that-
talk about
that would
Zelda
be
games
so lame.
playing as Zelda, that's what they're talking about. It's not.
Right. Yeah. Not like.
It's protagonist Zelda who can do all the same things that Link
Like,
can do.
give me that level.
Or
taking
different things,
pictures
you know?
as Peter and
No, even then,
I
hated it,
I don't
yeah.
know.
yeah.
That's true.
So that's the biggest critic. Oh, and the little science mini games.
It's interesting to me that MJ is a reporter.
Yeah, it's cool. It's different.
Yeah, it is different. Peter's not.
Yeah.
But you still
we've-
take pictures.
I don't think we've seen a Spider-Man this far into his career as a starting point for any Spider-Man story.
And Doc Ock isn't Doc Ock yet.
Yeah. That's so the thing about so have you met Norman yet?
No.
So Norman's in it,
Uh-huh.
not Green Goblin. So
Oh.
no. And it's cool to see like those characters early on because it gets me hyped for the sequel. So
Right.
There is some stuff with Harry, but he's not in the game.
Mm.
So there's some references to him, and he's gone
heard
to
him
college or
mentioned,
whatever,
yeah.
and so different things like that. So it's cool because there's so much Spider-Man that's happened already, and it's fun to see that the references to
Right.
Shocker and Rhino,
Absolutely.
and, all those things.
The Shocker level bummed me out too.
I liked the Shocker level.
No, it was so dumb.
I liked it.
It's like, oh, Shocker, and then you swing, and you're just trying to catch him. Then you catch him and you jump on him, and then cutscene. They fight a little bit, and then you swing, and then you catch him again, and then it's just over. Like you don't get to fight him.
Yeah.
Like
It's just funny that he's dealt with him before, and he's just like it's just like a
absolutely.
quick
I would have rather.
Sure.
fought him.
There are some excellent boss fights in this game,
Yes. Sure there
so don't worry.
are. Sure there are.
Like
I'm playing on
as far as Spider-Man games go, the best boss
What
fights. They're
difficulty did
very
you play on?
excited. Ultimate,
Ultimate.
Yeah.
Really? Wait, why? What? Ultimate? I didn't know that.
because it's hard.
Yeah.
This is a super easy game. So
Yeah.
once you get the combat down,
Right.
like
Yeah. I'm playing on Spectacular. Is what I started,
that's not
which
bad.
is the second to.
Yeah,
second
I think
class.
you have to beat it on Spectacular to get Ultimate actually. So
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and the combat. All of my combat struggles come from controller drift. So like,
yeah, fair enough.
I have been dying, but it's because like my control,
It's just-
like I can't.
If you
see
use
what's
the
going
suit
on.
power that gives you more focus, you're basically unstoppable. Because you
I
can do
think I
so
have
many
that already.
takedowns and so
Yeah.
many health
Yes.
regenerations.
Totally.
And then once you upgrade your health and your suit and
well,
all
and
of
the
that
suit power
stuff.
where you jump up in the air and the web everyone
Oh, that one's broken.
is
Yeah.
so good.
It's super
like,
broken, yeah.
especially like I went into an alleyway and I
Yeah.
jumped up and did
Yeah,
that, and I just
and
webbed everyone.
The whole
in the wall.
encounter was over.
There was
yeah.
one guy left, and then I.
That's why I
and
like.
then I was like, oh, I have encounter stuff to do.
Well, I was gonna
still.
say
Like,
that's why I like that each encounter has things for you to try.
Right,
You
yeah.
know, because it mixes it up.
And what does
it
that
makes
do?
you
Just
use?
give you a little extra XP if you complete those.
Well, it gives you XP and it gives you suit tokens also.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Good to know.
have you done any other minigame related things? Yeah, I don't want to spoil it.
Mini game related things.
Yeah, there's like crimes.
like
There's
the flow one.
no
Is that what you're
like
talking about?
crimes.
I did a side quest. I did crimes.
There's different kinds of like crime / side quest things
Oh,
you can
okay.
do that scatter throughout the city. It's after a certain point though.
Oh, I see.
When you get there, tell me because the way that those get introduced is pretty cool.
There's
So-
been a couple things that I've wanted to interact with people over who like say something like you land on top of a police station and the cops like, hey, can you sign this before you go? Like, can you sign an autograph for my kid?
Yeah,
I wish I
that
could
would be
sign the
cool.
autograph.
Totally.
And then I was
Well,
also
you can do high fives and like finger guns and
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't.
so
figured
if
out
you
how to
if
do
you
any of
walk
that
through
yet.
people on the street, every now and then Square will pop up and you can high five somebody or like
Oh, nice.
you can people take photos with you sometimes. and-
Okay. And then there was one. It was like, oh my gosh, I'm late to work, and I was like,
You
I
wish
want
you
to
could
swing
pick
this
them up
person
and
to
swing,
work. Like that
yeah.
would be so cool.
If it was Spider-Man 2, the game, that would be a quest.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Like that would be a mainline quest that you do
no,
17
no,
times.
they had little side missions like
yeah,
that.
no, that's
Yeah.
But overall, I like it. I hate the stupid flow puzzles thing. You know, like the electricity current that you have to do.
Yeah, those are the worst.
For
you
some
can
reason,
skip those
I
too.
didn't. Well, I know, but you get XP for them, and
Oh,
you
do
get
you?
tokens and stuff. for
Yeah,
them. So
and
it's like,
achievements.
I'm going to do
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
just, and for some reason, I didn't. I thought I couldn't rotate the green and red ones. I thought that was like trying to add difficulty to it, but you can.
Nice.
So it wasted like 15 minutes on that.
Nice. Anyways. So yeah, Spider-Man Remastered.
Spider-Man.
It's great. You like
Pretty
it?
fun. Yeah.
Cool.
I hope the second one comes to PC.
The story
quickly.
is one of my favorite Spider-Man stories.
Really?
Period. Yeah. It's
All
very
right.
good. So
We'll
keep us
we'll
posted
see.
on that. Try to finish it by
Absolutely.
next week if you can.
Maybe we'll see. How
Yeah,
long is
it's not
it?
super long. 20, 30 hours, somewhere there.
Just for the story?
Depends on what you do.
If that's just story, then I won't. I probably won't.
The
finish
story's
it.
probably like 15 hours.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also so one thing that I like do in games like this is I want to just go do the whole story.
Yeah.
Should I just go play the story and then do all the city stuff?
I didn't do it that way. I had a really fun time doing story missions, story,
Yeah,
missions.
that's kind of what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, that's
is
fine.
that how I
No,
should do it?
That's how I played it. Yeah.
Okay, because like I've been tracking down backpacks and landmarks and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's so fun to do that stuff.
Taking pictures of landmarks as you're
The
falling through the air
backpacks
is
are
super cool.
That is fun.
I found this one backpack. I have no idea how
the
to get it.
backpack Easter eggs are so cool.
It's like you do the scan and it's inside of a building.
Yeah.
So I have to figure out how to
you have
get
to figure
that.
it out. It's a cool way that you do it.
I thought there was like an air vent that I like get into and then drop down and get it, but I can't get on top of the air vent. Like I literally cannot get on top of the air
exactly
vent.
what you're talking about. Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yep.
But
great game. Love it. Cool.
That's it. That's all.
Well, thanks for listening, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching the Nintendo Direct. If you haven't, go watch it. Even though,
don't.
Okay, fine. Luke
40
didn't like
minutes.
it. But the state of play is going to be this afternoon or yesterday if you're listening to this podcast. And let us know what you think of that. Maybe ask us some questions. We'll maybe answer them next week. Unless you ask a stupid question like, are the Jak and Daxter games good? Are they the GOAT? Because if that's the question you ask, we're not going to answer it. We'll ignore you. And then in a later podcast, we'll make fun of you for asking.
We got?
It was.
Who asked it?
Not only have I not played them, you know that I haven't played them, and I have no interest in playing them, especially now that you've made a fool of yourself. So, not interested. Don't want any. Thank you. Goodbye. But if you have any nice questions or productive questions, I'm sorry, I'm being kind of rude. I was trying to be funny. It kind of came across as just being a jerk.
You stupid idiot. How dare you ask a question?
Anyways. Well, next week we'll talk about PlayStation Direct. Or PlayStation Plus? PlayStation Presents? No, you're tricking me. State of Play. And we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.